everybody, Dana Stovern here with the Magic of Somatic Money, and getting back with you before too much time goes away so we can talk more about how the Somatic Money Oracle deck works. Yes, I've been gone for a few days. I know some of you have been checking back in to see if I've had any more workup, and long story short, to leave out the drama, evidently when you produce something like a full platform of the body-based money relationship landscape, it changes your life. And so I have been gone dealing with some life changes, and I will be sharing more of that with you as I get more clear about what's going on. Little bit of a cathartic ride. I know it's all going to be good, but this is this deck in motion, and I believe I'm moving from where I was at professionally, career-wise, financial-wise, into a whole other landscape that is bigger and more amazing and more beautiful. Not that what I was living before was bad, but this is just how cathartic this deck is. But now that I've had the deck back, I have been playing with it and pulling cards on a daily basis just to see how this deck is responding and how it's working. And folks, this is just really, really amazing. So the cards that you see down on the table right now, the cards that you see down on the table here was actually my pull from this morning. And I want to share with you, this is my own personal landscape, but I want to show you how specific this works with, the body aspect of the money, with the psychological and emotional aspect with the money. And so let's begin with the first card that I pulled right now today. So the first card, when I pulled this morning, the first card that came up was the Financial Vulnerability, Your Heroine's Journey, Alchemizing Financial Duality. Now, this is the card that represents left brain, right brain, or masculine money, feminine money. And when we go into higher stress spaces with our money, we tend to trigger into two-brained thinking with money, like it's either going to be this or it's either going to be that. It's a very black and white way of looking at money. It's very hemispheric with both left side of body, right hand side of body. And so pulling this card told me that, this catharsis that I'm in right now, because I'm triggering a little bit with it, I am naturally going into turning it into black and white space. That's all this card is saying, that with the financial vulnerability that I'm feeling right now, I am going into a dualistic space. Well, typically a dualistic space with money, with life, it's not a great place to be, because that puts us into a place of limited options, tunnel vision. So when I pulled this card this morning, I was like, I am triggering a little bit with vulnerability. I need to ground breeze center, open up my space a little bit, talk with myself about my inner talk about what am I telling myself about my choices. So that was a good place to start. Then I'm like, okay, well, let's see what else this deck has to say. Well, the very next card that I pulled, I laughed when I pulled this card. It's the solar plexus card, the stomach card. So whenever the solar plexus is coming up, we're talking about empowerment, digestion, and triggers. And I immediately went into looking at, of course, this card. How am I triggering with the solar plexus and my adrenals? But then I got to thinking about it, and I began to realize, this is about integrating, digesting, because I have, at some point I'll tell you guys the story, but like right now I have a lot of changes happening rapidly, and I'm not really having time to process that or digest it. Solar plexus. So this really puts me in the perspective with money, career, life change of like, oh wow, I am moving rapidly, so I'm not digesting things or integrating them very well right now because it's all moving so rapidly, putting me into a trigger zone of dualism. Boy, when I started taking a look at that, I was like, something in me relaxed. Something in me went, take a breath. It's going to be okay. Let your body catch up. Take the load off of the adrenals. Let myself come into integration. And it's also very interesting. I've been drinking a lot of ginger tea, and I've been doing kombuchas. And so I've been doing a lot of support for my digestive. And that would make sense because I'm dealing with change and integration. So that was very, very helpful this morning for like career, money, life, what's going on. But then I didn't stop there. I was like, okay, what other card might be coming up? And I just really started laughing because this card right here is about the area of the deck where I give financial focuses, the masculine money, what's the financial focus? And in one of the financial focuses that I see come up with clients is that when money gets too complicated and it turns into this great big whole noodle ball. And I had to laugh because that's what's going on with me right now. I have so many changes going on so rapidly. I am having to make a lot of little decisions that have big impact, and it's all very connected into my finances. So, big financial decisions, small financial decisions, it is feeling like a noodle bowl right now. So of course, that comes back to, adrenals and triggers and digestion and integration. And, this morning I was on overload. I was going into financial dualism. So, this whole card pull was kind of telling me where I was at, and to step back, take stock, kind of come down off the ride a little bit. Because I got to tell you, with the noodle bowl card, my inner processing system has just been kind of off the charts. And so, if you've ever found that you're in a place where you're having to deal with a lot of different financial decisions all at the same time, and it feels like a noodle bowl, your inner processing system with your body, you feel like you get turned into a knot. Well, and that's kind of what's going on with me right now. So, boy, this card pull is like kind of spot on. And then and then I was like, I don't think I'm done with the card pulls. So I was like, okay, let's pull a fourth card. And my spirit team had me stop at 4. There was no fifth pull, so 4 cards. So fourth card, it's hard to see with the lighting on that. Let me switch that there. Fourth card, it's the card about why isn't my money working? And one of the cards there is timing, astrological clock. Now, what's really interesting about this card is I wrote the card in the way of like, hey, your time might not be quite here yet. Things are not quite showing up yet, but hang in there. But I have actually been having some signs and signals going on in the last 24 hours telling me that even though I physically don't see it quite happening yet, the last 24 hours there's been signs and signals and energies and feelings of like timing. It is here now. It is showing up now. You're on the new path. And like even my body last night, my brain was in overdrive, but even my body was relaxing last night at a place of like, you made it. You're okay. It's fine. It's all working out. And so even though I wrote this card in a way of like, hey, your timing may not have shown up yet, pulling this card this morning was just an indication to me of like, oh my goodness, all the signs and signals are lining up. The timing is here. The timing is happening now. And it is working. So, folks, I just wanted to share with you like my own personal experience with this crazy card deck that I have created, and how specific it is and how telling it is. And I got to tell you, it really, really helps. So make sure to like, comment, follow, send me a message if you want to, and I will be seeing you in the next video.